We described the NICU as a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Your son's having a good day, and then, you know, an hour later, he may be coding. So for us, living an hour and a half away, it was, you know, too far.
For Susan and Matthew Burke of McMinnville, that roller coaster ride started shortly after the birth of their son, Theo.
Well, then at 2 days old, he was diagnosed with a heart defect.
And the road was going to be a long, long haul. Every precious moment with their son was the only priority.
We had 3 different procedures. When we were here the first time, we were here 3 weeks, and he had, he was diagnosed with tetralogy of Fallot. And his issue was he was too small to have the full open heart. And he was only 4 pounds, 10 ounces when he was born. So he had to grow and get bigger before he could do the full open heart.
Theo had to grow. He had to be 8 months old before he could receive the full open heart procedure. That would be the one that would put him on the road home.
You go from not being parents to being parents of a sick child. It's a lot to hit you all at one time. So it's concern, worry, and at the same time all the normal excitement and joy of being a new parent. So it's a lot to hit you all at one time.
Days were spent at Theo's bedside from early in the morning until very late at night. Temporary sleeping arrangements were wearing thin, and when they were told about this house just a few blocks away, it was time to settle in for the long haul.
For me, it was just to get out of the hospital environment and away from the beeping monitors, and it was definitely a mental break.
Stella.
When we got over here to the Ronald McDonald house, it was when we could get some type of normal.
Things like doing a load of laundry, getting a good night's sleep, and having a phone on the nightstand to call the nurses' station for updates made it easier so the Burks could focus on Theo.
You see other families going through things that are facing more difficult than what you're going through, and then you have families that you see that, my daughter had the same thing, so you definitely have that communication, and it gives you hope when you see, a child that's 6 years old and doing good, and she had what your son has. You want to go outside and fly?
The Burks took advantage of the house to watch their son heal and let doctors at Vanderbilt Children's Hospital work their magic. No long drives to and from McMinnville, as either Susan or Matthew were always at Theo's side.
I think they used to have the slogan of home for a while. I think that fit pretty perfect because it was it was a place to go. It wasn't exactly home, but it had everything home had. So it was a way of a place to go and not necessarily forget what's going to hospital, but to take a mental break from it so you're not constantly in the middle of everything that's going on there. So I think home is the best way to put it.
Another family touched by this house, now watching their son thrive.
That is good.
Good job.
Just as they dreamed as expectant parents. Their lives changed forever, and now the Burks are doing their part to make sure it's here for families in need. Families walking in the same shoes they once wore.
We knew we wanted to give back. When we left here the first time, we thought we need to do something. And the Junior Auxiliary was handing off one of their fundraisers, and I was a past president, and I said, well, hey, could I take this over and do it for the Ronald McDonald House? So in 2010, we did the first Snow Princess pageant, and we have donated close to $30,000 since then. So it's our way, I guess, every year to kind of remind us and to give back.